new car. That's what profit shares look like for Vision Credit Union members. Each year, we return about 75% of our profits, $35 million last year, to the people who bank with us. Because at Vision Credit Union, when you're an owner, you get your share. Why not get yours? Learn how at whatsyourshare.ca. That's whatsyourshare.ca.
Ritchie Brothers Auctioneers presents a massive 4-day unreserved heavy equipment auction at their Nisku site October 29th to November 1st, 8 a.m. Live online bidding on offer. Core construction heavy equipment, trucks, trailers, nearly every industry covered, including over $20 million of ag equipment. Register to bid online. It's free. Priority bids, timed auction, on-site viewing today. Sale starts tomorrow. Demand for equipment is strong. Contact your local territory manager to consign. More at rbauction.com.
Wendy's most important deal of the day has a fresh lineup. Pick any 2 breakfast items for $4. New 4-piece French toast sticks, bacon or sausage wrap, biscuit or English muffin sandwiches, small hot coffee, and more. Limited time only at participating Wendy's. Taxes extra.
This is Sports 1440 and the all-new Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
$11:01. Good morning. Thank you for tuning into Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Go check them out. Only available in Leduc. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick, Sam Wilness with you here as we take a look into the busy world of sports. Lots to get to. You can always reach us, 1-833-401-1440. Let us know how it went for you. Fantasy football over the weekend, Duke. The Fantasy Frenzy team got the job done. Mission accomplished.
3-0 weekend for me.
Me too.
Well, 3-1 technically. That league where I play against the league average, I came in just under.
Oh, but you won your matchup.
I won the matchup thanks to Quentin Johnston's zero burger back on Thursday night.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's what's going to happen sometimes with Quentin. Big payoff. Sometimes not so big.
Low floor.
That can happen every once in a while. Oronde Godson kind of same size came in. He's like, I catch the ball.
He's hogging the ball.
When the ball hits his hands, he actually hangs on to it. So, yeah, you know what? It's the Fantasy Frenzy League. Of course, we have one team undefeated. Northside Jason, 8-0 on the season. Always running in Philadelphia, a.k.a. Triple C in a truck. In terms of points scored, he's the only team over 900 points scored on the season. 962.
Wow.
When he puts up points, he puts up a lot of points. With our win, we slide into 4th spot and a playoff spot. As the standings go right now, 2 Gurleys, 1 Cooper Cup, edging MTR for the final playoff spot. Both teams tied at with 4-4 records, but with more points being scored, 2 G1K would have the little bit of a spot. We'd be taking on Playbook Vic, and who beat us a couple of weeks ago.
Revenge game.
Jason and Triple C in a truck would have the bye week, and then you'd have 2 G1K taking on the Defenders. So lots going on in the fantasy world. Trade deadlines, I would assume, approaching. Moves you might want to make. Waiver wires. I heard you guys had Alan Seslowski on. The big Seslowski, as KK calls him.
What a beauty.
Oh, he's awesome. If you are I think his knowledge is top tier, but he explains things in a way that if you were just casual, new into fantasy football, he tells you exactly how it has to be. That's a skill too, to walk that line. So if you missed that one, go check it out on Apple or Google or
rewatch
Spotify. Go to YouTube, you can watch it. It was just in the 10 o'clock hour there. Of course, it is Oilers game day Edmonton taking on the Utah Mammoth, who are 8-2 on the season. A lot of upside there. The Oilers will debut their new jerseys. The Oiler font across the chest. Interesting. Those ones, I think, before you make a full real judgment, you got to see them on the ice. As for all the jerseys, you can have your opinion, but then when you actually see them, with the pants and the socks and gloves, like you kind of get a better look. Like, okay, that looks okay. And then maybe they'll grow on you if you dislike them, and if you love them, hey, you'll go buy one. The line tonight looks like you're going to have RNH with McDavid and Mangiapane, Podkolzin, Roslovic, Draisaitl, Savoy, Enrique Frederick, and then Howard, Tomaszek, and Philp. Lazar off, obviously, and Zach Hyman skating, obviously not going to get into the action until at least November. On the back end, Nurse, Bouchard, Ekholm, Wallman, Kulak, Emberson, with Regula and Stetcher as the fourth pairing that we'll watch in all likelihood. And unless something changes, Stuart Skinner going to get the start. That one gets going just after 7 o'clock. So pregame coverage here with Walker and Paulson. Also, former NHLer Landon Ferraro getting going at 6 o'clock. With that being said, no Blue Jays for us today on Sports 1440 because we do have obligations with the pre and post game shows. But the Toronto Blue Jays last night, Duke, did you stay up and watch the whole game?
I did.
We were you in the group chat? Me and Declan were going back.
Oh,
and forth
yeah.
a little bit.
I was mostly an observer, just a bystander in the group chat.
Taking it all in.
Yeah. Traded back and forth. I might have chipped in at one point, but I can't even remember. I was in a fugue state.
And
all tuckered
I
out.
was so tired at waking up this morning, like, oh, what the heck happened?
You
last
know
night?
what's the worst part? So game ends, and I'm like, because usually for the Jays game, I'll leave the broadcast on, see some of the post game comments by the panel. If I'm really sticking around, some of the conversations with John Schneider or a player or two in the locker room clubhouse. Last night was instantaneous. Like, I don't think Freddie Freeman was around the bases yet before the TV was off, and I was into my bedroom. But then I couldn't even fall asleep. I feel like my body was still too tense from like sitting on edge for 6 hours straight, 6.5 hours straight of like, oh my God, what's going to happen? I had a hard time falling asleep still. So so then that only cut into what was already a very limited amount of available hours. Just lob another one off there. It was like 2.5 hours of sleep total by the time it was all said and done.
Well, good news is you can sleep in tomorrow. Go have a nap today.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, I mean, those that can just go to bed after those games, like, good on you. Those who can just turn off the TV and be like, I'll watch in the morning or check the highlights, good for you. I can't do that. I was locked in, similar to a lot of you. Question, how many of you actually did go to bed? Let us know, 1-833-401-1440. And at what point? My wife made it to the 14th inning.
That's pretty good.
She's like, all right, I'm calling it. And just about 1 o'clock, so it was a pretty late night. There's some questions. I mean, I will say this, Duke. When you're down, Kirk, who else? Barger was out, Springer
hurt,
and then Bo Bichette. It got to the point where it was like this changes were made for injury, defense, base running. I'm like, unless Flat hits a solo shot, I don't think they can win. And the Dodgers lineup, like, everyone's good. They don't have a player where you're like, easy out coming up. No, like, it's just everyone can do something.
Well, even they're leaving a guy like Pajes in the game, and Kevin and I talked about this morning. Like, he's hitting like less than 100 average in the playoffs so far. He hit 29 home runs in the regular season. That's your 9-hitter. It's like,
crazy.
It's like, okay, well, yeah, he's obviously not gonna probably do damage to you in terms of like manufacturing runs if someone's on base ahead of him, but you can't exactly just throw a smooth one in there because he can absolutely take you yard. So it was like down. I'm right there with you where it came down to like, all right, Vladdy's gonna have to try and do something. Varsho's a couple spots behind him in the lineup. He was getting some solid contact throughout the series. Had a couple base hits the night previous. Or game previous, I should say. So, like, it was not looking very good. Like, this was essentially the Jays roster as if, like, it was the middle of July, and it was like, all right, all the regulars, you can have an off day.
Yeah.
Right? It was like they'd won the first 3 in a row in a 4-game set against the Rays, and now it's game 4 in Tampa at George Steinbrenner Field, and they're like, all right, yeah, everybody can have a day off. We'll just trot out all the bench players. That's what they were playing for the last almost half the game.
Yeah.
And so it's a wonder why he can't get any offense going, really. Well, it shouldn't be a surprise at all. So, and the reality is the moves John Schneider made, it's really tough to criticize them because in the moment you're trying to win the game. I still don't think the move to pull Barger was the correct one. But outside of that, your hands were kind of tied elsewhere across the lineup.
Like Bo, he can't go that long.
He's clearly on like some sort of like inning or at bat count or something.
Spring or two, like
Springer pulls himself from the game. Like,
he's done. So now, what did you think? This was like the big debate. It was Schneider, right? Who got the
Schneider?
send? He was from first. Wasn't even close.
No, out by like 5 feet.
Were you on team send or team stop? Because I tweeted, why are you sending him? You have Vlad coming up. And to which the response was,
they just would have walked.
They'll walk him.
And then you have IKF trying to manufacture a base hit with 2 outs. Still.
Crazy things happen. A wild pitch, which happened later on in the game. A single could happen.
It could.
Like, things could happen. I am on that side. And I even had people saying, well, I mean, you're sending him like the Dodgers made an all-world play.
They did.
Yeah, they're the freaking Dodgers. They're a good team. Good teams make those plays. And even if it's a little slower, he was so out. But it could have been a bad throw and they still get him.
It was 100%. Like, it was a perfectly executed relay. I think if it had been to any other fielder, like Teoscar Hernandez is not renowned for his defense, whether it comes to like playing the ball. He's got a strong enough arm, but like they've already tested it several times in this series and had success against it, right? So I'm kind of the mind that be aggressive. You had the opportunity. Hernandez had already been off target on some throws to the plate so far in this series. This time they elect to relay it. Edman makes an absolute dart of a throw. And yes, he was out by a large margin.
There's the screenshot of the ball approaching. And
he's not even in the
frame yet. It's like, what? If it's close, I think a lot of us are like, okay, good play. Yeah. But by that much of a distance, I don't know.
I think you get aggressive, and I just like the mindset of, do you take that chance or do you send IKF to the plate, essentially trying to get a base hit? I think the percentage is probably pretty close to the same.
I also think it is a decision.
Well, 100%. Like
I was frustrated, and then I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Earlier in the game when Fabulous waved Vladdy around, and he 100% would have been out if the throw was on target. Well, we all love that. Way to get aggressive, Carlos Fabulous.
Yeah.
That's aggressive base running. Vlad Guerrero Jr., no burner out there. Now, he loves running and the full slide dive.
That slide was interesting.
Vladdy's?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a little more technical because he's like, I have to be careful here.
I mean, if he slid with his,
well, the throw was so off target, it wasn't really close, right?
It just looked like slap the corner.
Slap that. Slap it.
Interesting.
So, listen, I think I have more leeway for John Schneider as a manager than a lot of other Blue Jays fans. They love to criticize him, largely just because of decisions in the past. Whereas this year, he's had a really good pulse on this team. Think about that, the bullpen game against the Yankees, right? I thought he handled the pitching staff exceptionally well last night. At a certain point, you run out of bodies, you're just rolling whoever's available out there. Yeah. But with that being said, I still think he did a good job. Most of those guys should still be available today, with probably the exception of Eric Lauer, who had a just unbelievable performance with how many innings and how many outs he was able to go out there and generate. So it's easy to say in hindsight, shouldn't have sent him. Ditto goes for IKF, a stretch into third, where he was also out by an incredibly large margin. I have a hard time criticizing aggressiveness when you're talking about a game that's into the wee hours of the morning, and you're running out of pitching. You know that your next option is Brendan Little, who, listen, I don't fault giving up the game-winning home run. How many times has he been asked to go more than an inning all year? Like 5 or 6.
You don't fault the aggressiveness. I will in this case.
Okay.
In this case,
that's fine.
I will also give credit to some guys. Hoffman, credit. Like you said, Lauer, just going out there. You got in and out. Fantastic. Bassett, he's got the goods.
Hound dog.
It was an amazing game. Outstanding.
It's an instant classic, right?
And Freddie Freeman, come on, man, you're Canadian. Yeah, could you just lay down a bunt or something?
What's your problem, buddy?
Couldn't have just been somebody else. Do you now? Obviously, Shohei's pitching tonight. Do you just walk him the rest of the series?
That actually might be my other qualm. Was the decision he's already had 2 doubles and a home run in the game. He's clearly busted out of this because he hasn't been he obviously had 3 home runs in the clinching game against Milwaukee. Before that, he was not batting super well in the playoffs. He'd been quite good so far in this series against the Jays, but they pitched around him a little bit. And then in this game, he's single-handedly keeping them in the baseball game. I don't know why you pitched to him in that spot. And
When he hit the home run?
yeah, the tying run, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying you have to intentionally walk him, but look what Little did with him in the what are we talking here? Top of the or bottom of the, was it 17th or
They all
18th
blend
when he
together.
faced when he faced Shohei before eventually, giving up the game-winning home run. Like, just don't give him anything to pitch, but maybe see if he can try and generate some chase somewhere. Instead, Dominguez laced it just right down the pipe. Like, couldn't put it on a tee any better for him. It's bad execution.
Yeah.
If you had to give me a choice of intentionally walking him or trying to still get an out, I think I would just take the walk.
Well, so his last at bats when he's not walked at Dodger Stadium, home run, double, home run, double, home run, home run, home run. So the single just seems
he's a
better.
Pretty good player, in case anybody hadn't quite picked up on it yet. And oh, by the way, today he's taken the hill after having 9 plate appearances yesterday, reaching on every single one of them.
Yeah,
scored 3 runs of the Dodgers 6 total. Obviously, the 2 homers, 4 intentional walks, 1 basically intentional walk. He's the best baseball player that's ever lived, that we've ever seen play, and now he gets to kind of play the other side of the coin tonight from the bump.
I had a theory that Little was looking for the call to walk and it wasn't coming. He's like, fine, I'll do it.
Yeah, let me just not put a ball within a foot of the strike zone.
I don't want to end up on the highlight reel. I want
and he does anyway.
His lure, yeah, and then he does anyways. Fun game though for those who stayed up and watched it. Can't win them all, but like we said, that Dodgers team is just ridiculous. When Kershaw came out there, I was like, oh my goodness, this guy looks like a guy who's done. He's still younger than me, but he looks like he's like, yeah, I'm ready for the next phase of life, whatever that might be. But hey, good on the Jays. They got to glass now. That's a good sign. Force the Dodgers to get into their pen. I was really curious though. The reports coming out, in-game interviews, Robert saying, if we go to the 18th, we'll use a position player. I was just like, who's it going to be? This is going to be awesome. Didn't go that way.
I almost feel like that created a really unnecessary sense of positivity. Well, I mean, positivity is not really, but optimism, I guess. Because we're watching. It
wasn't going to happen.
I just couldn't envision. And you heard, if you're watching the Sportsnet broadcast, which I assume most Canadians were, you hear Buck Martinez this can't be true.
Yeah.
You're telling me that he's essentially willing to give this game away after already enduring 17 innings.
Yeah.
And here in Edmonton and as majority hockey fans and hockey viewers, we draw everything comparables to that, right? And the playoff triple overtime games, the physical toll is for sure maybe a little less in baseball, right? Because you are sitting down every half inning, but you're still going through dehydration. You saw the fruit platters they had in the dugout. Guys trying to it's 6.5 hours that you've been out on the diamond. But it's the mental side of things. And then I think the mental / emotional bounce back that you have to try and put in your holster for today. You went through all that. Eric Lowry just essentially had his arm hanging by its side by the time it's leaving the game, if you're putting it in context, and you didn't even win.
Yeah.
It's kind of what's this all been about? You got to shelf it. You got to put it aside and say, all right, we get a clean slate, fresh start today. It's not going to be easy, but we need this. We need it bad.
And if you're digging for positives, you can probably say hey,
the bullpen was exceptional.
We took a bunch of our great players out, and we still were right there.
Yeah,
we can play with
the Dodgers.
These guys.
Iced their full lineup still.
Yeah,
and
maybe they're fatigued today.
Yes, well, that is a positive. Guys like Barger, Bichette, Kirk, they should be much fresher than Will Smith, Freddie Freeman,
Shohei.
Shohei. Is he still going to be chucking 98? I don't.
Duke,
I'd be pretty tired if I was him. But I'm not.
Did they consider hitting him last night? It's greasy, but sports are greasy in the playoffs. You think they had that talk? Oh, we'll put one inside on him. Get him in the knee. Get him in the hip. You're not even entertaining it. You're a classy player. It went through my mind. Shohei's too good. We've got to get him out of the lineup somehow.
Being
That's what I'm saying. Do you think they've had that conversation?
They look, whoever's on the hill just looks over and there's just John Schneider just gives the.
Except Shohei would probably turn on it and hit it out of the park
somehow.
Like, he's so good. He's one heck of a talent and so calm. And then when the Jays fans were chanting like, "We don't need you," I'm like, don't shut up. Don't poke the bear. Just let him lie there. He's cool as a cucumber. You don't need to fire him up in any way. Anywho, we'll take a break here. When we come back, we'll get to more of your texts here. 1-833-401-1440. Lots coming in here. Taking a look at the Blue Jays. We can talk some Oilers as well. Any NFL questions we can dive into also. It is Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
You'll see us digging holes. No, we're not looking for buried treasure. You'll see us digging trenches as well. And no, we're not building a fort. We're GS Construction, and you'll see us in neighborhoods throughout the Edmonton area. So what are we doing? GS Construction provides rehabilitation and upgrade services to Edmonton and surrounding communities. Some of our underground utilities have served us for years and are past their useful lives. We replace them, so they're around for years to come. Find out more at gsconstruction.ca.
When pumpkins glow and night turns chill, there's one fall treat that fits the bill. A pizza shaped like a jack-o'-lantern with smiling pepperoni pattern. Thin golden crust, so cheesy and tasty. Get yours now, better be hasty. It's only around for a limited time for a spooktacular price, $17.99. Better ingredients, better pizza, yes, it's true. Papa John's Jack-O-Lantern Pizza is coming for you. Spookily and proudly locally owned and operated.
It's a new season, Edmonton, which means it's time for new offers. Play Alberta is offering odds boosts on every Oilers game all season long. This is your chance to score big. And for a limited time only, our listeners can get an exclusive $50 free bet when they deposit $50 using code Gregor50. That's code Gregor50 for an exclusive $50 free bet. Alberta wins with Play Alberta. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, please use your game sense. PlayAlberta.ca.
If you've got a smart speaker, get it to play Sports 1440.
And it doesn't matter when you listen as we roll out the Sports Talk
24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Edmonton's home for sports radio is Sports 1440.
Michelle and Colette are sisters. Sisters who don't agree on much, especially when it comes to which hockey team is the best.
Edmonton is the best, baby. Vancouver's number one.
Even when it comes to meat snacks from Wilhawks.
I love the Herrischweiner. The ham sausage rules.
But they will agree.
Wilhawk beef jerky is the best.
It might just be the only thing Alberta hockey fans can agree on.
Others can try to imitate, but no one can duplicate Wilhawk Beef Jerky. Only available in Leduc. Get yours today, because you don't win friends with salad.
Diablo Boots sells only Canadian-made work and biker boots made by Canada West. No American or boots made in China, so no tariffs. All of Diablo's boots have replaceable soles and heels for longer life. Sizes 6 to 14 Triple E. Buy quality, buy Canadian. And support Canada West and Diablo, the two best names in the boot business. So save on boots by Save On Foods. That's Diablo Boots, 3340 Gateway Boulevard on the east side of Save On Foods. Buy Canadian. They're terrific.
Ritchie Brothers Auctioneers presents a massive 4-day unreserved heavy equipment auction at their Nisku site October 29th to November 1st, 8 a.m. Live online bidding on offer. Core construction heavy equipment, trucks, trailers, nearly every industry covered, including over $20 million of ag equipment. Register to bid online. It's free. Priority bids, timed auction, on-site viewing today. Sale starts tomorrow. Demand for equipment is strong. Contact your local territory manager to consign. More at rbauction.com.
It's not what you know, it's where you heard it. Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas, exclusively on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
Welcome back. It is Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky. You can also watch us on our YouTube channel, Sports 1440 AM, Facebook, X, Instagram. However you tune in, we appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. The text line, 1-833-401-1440. Lance says, is this turning into one of the greatest World Series matchups of all time? I'd have to go back. Like, what are some of the great World Series we've seen in the past? For some reason, I go back to like Diamondbacks, Yankees in like 2000 or something.
Was Randy on there?
I think it was Randy and Schilling on the Diamondbacks. Was it great? Maybe.
I think
so long ago.
It's definitely teeing up, and I mean we're only through 3 games here, but it's looking like certainly one of the best of recent memory. Like last year's was so lopsided. Like the Yankees were never in that. Rangers, Diamondbacks. It's funny because I almost like can't even remember it, and maybe it's because it was the Rangers and the Diamondbacks, right? Like the D-backs were on an unlikely run to the World Series. Rangers were just offensive powerhouse, and that's the only year they made the playoffs in this run of their current core. Astros have obviously been in a couple. Yeah, I don't know. Like I think Astros Dodgers was a pretty good one.
It was one great game because the first 2 were kind of blowouts.
Like this year,
yeah.
Well, but then you look at the moments inside each of those games where like led to them becoming blowouts. Like game 2 was a pitcher's duel. Yamamoto goes the distance. Then somehow thinking he was going to come in the game last night. It was crazy.
I heard he didn't stop pitching. He just kept pitching all night.
Just a machine.
Yeah.
Game 1, the Barger Grand Slam, where like each game kind of has a signature moment. So far, I think that holds weight as opposed to, like you said, just like people remember the 93 World Series because Joe Carter walked it off to win it all, right?
Yeah.
And I wasn't around, so maybe I'm just ignorant on it. Like, can you tell me any other signature moments from the previous games of the series?
Well, I was 5, so
right.
yeah.
I'm not asking you specifically.
I know people talk like Carter or Alomar, I think, had a huge home run in one. And so ESPN did an article in 2020 ranking the World Series. The lowest rated at that time was the 1919 Red Sox win over the White Sox. The Reds over the White Sox in 8 games. It was a best of 9 back then. The best World Series they have, 1975 Reds over the Red Sox in 7. The second best is Twins over the Braves in 1991. Well, that would have been like Kirby Puckett. I'm trying to find like in the year 2000, like they don't have any in the top 5. Oh, 2011 Cards over Rangers in 7.
And see, I'm looking at this another ESPN article. This is from the start before this series started, ranking the best matchups since 2000. So I don't know if it's just like more so coming into it, but that 2011 is ranked 24th of 26.
In this article, Diamondbacks over Yankees is 6. And that's one that I remember being very good.
Right.
Again, like 14 years old. It stood out, but like having Schilling, and it was right after 9/11 as well. And I feel like that kind of intensified it. I think a lot of people were hoping for the Yankees to get the job done in that one. You had some stars as well. What year was the Jeter flip? Was that in the World Series? Do you remember that? You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about, but I actually can't recall.
It was just a heck of a play. Anyways, I would say yes. I think this is trending to be one of the greatest for sure. We'll see how it plays out. Dodgers win.
Jay's got to make a series of it still.
Then all of a sudden that drops off. But yeah, you're right. Jays need to make a series of it. Let's dive into the inbox for elksnation.ca, weekly podcast with a green and gold discussion. Eddie Steele and Declan Kruger, Apple, Spotify, Google. They're going to keep going, through the offseason. Lots to get to. Draft, free agency, moves being made. And you can also get the articles at elksnation.ca. HT says, how does a utility guy like Straw not know how to bunt?
Well, he does.
It wasn't the best bunt.
He obviously did not execute. I mean, he almost popped out earlier in the at-bat, too. It wasn't great, but I mean,
corners came in. They knew it was coming.
They knew this was coming. And keep in mind, some pitchers and their styles are harder to bunt off than others. But I agree. It was not well executed. Almost turned into a double play, for goodness sake. Like, yeah, it wasn't great. Like I said, I understood the reasoning of trying to get Barger, get the speed on the pass with Straw. Like you thought that was the right play at the time to try and win the game. But man, I don't know. Like Barger was 2 for 4 at that point in the game. You'd already pulled your other hitter that was 2 for 4 in the game, being Kirk.
Yeah.
I think you got to leave a little extra jam in the lineup still somewhere instead of trying to bunt your way to an 18th inning win. It's not super conducive. You needed a guy that could just pop one out.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And at that point, you were down to 2 guys in Varsho and Guerrero that had the chance to do so.
And at that point, like we talked about the fatigue, it's different than other sports, but like it's a long game. It's a long one. The one play I did laugh at was Heineman going into third.
That was wild.
I was like, buddy, you got a little more effort than that one. He got there, and I'm sure that's what he'll tell the coaches. But like, got to show a little more gusto than
so
that.
I'm gonna read this, and I'm Bryce, listener to the show, plays in my fantasy league from back home. He'd sent this message in to our group chat because his new wife, they just got married here this past month. She's not really a baseball
Did you go to
person.
the wedding?
Yeah, I was there actually, if you can believe it. So I'll just read this message. Robin, his wife, who's never really watched baseball before this Jays run, just starts scolding at the TV, going, Heineman, Heineman, Heineman. I said, what's going on? He was over in the kitchen. He said, why wouldn't you slide? That's lazy. And then stops for a couple seconds and goes, I guess you're in extra innings. He must be tired. Bryce informs her that he just came in the game as a pinch runner. She's fired right back up again. There's no excuses there. And carries on, see it in slow-mo, and Bryce is trying to justify it. Well, I think he's safe still. And she says, yeah, but why wouldn't you just slide? He's lucky. Should have slid. So it's funny that it said this is a buddy of mine's wife, and you see it when you walk around, even just the studios here at Stingray, around the rest of the mall. Like, there's Jays fever everywhere, man. You could not give a lick about baseball 360 other days of the year.
Yeah.
But for 5 of these 7 potential game days, everybody's tuned in.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, I'll be the first to admit it. Dog days of summer, give me Jays in 30. Like, I don't want to sit down and watch
I
a
love
full
sitting down for the
game.
grind of 9 innings in mid-August.
We'll have it on, like, Ashley, like, that's the sport she likes the most. So we'll have it on in the background if we're doing things, which is great. But, like, I can't get invested in game 63. I'm a big proponent. Like, if they cut the season in half, I would not complain. I'm not going to be the old boys club. I'd be like, all right, great. This is sweet. But you get to the the playoffs in any sport, it's like, this is must watch. And you're right. I mean, it's funny talking to people in here that don't really talk to us usually throughout the entire calendar year.
Yeah, there goes those sports guys.
But then all of a sudden, sports is happening. The Jays are doing good, and we had a little conversation. So it's fun. It's long, and they're going to do it all over again tonight, just after 6:00. Shohei versus the Biebs. I'm looking forward to this one. Jays are rested. We're changing the narrative. The Jays are rested. Dodgers are tired. Fatigue is going to set up. They probably were out partying.
Yeah, this is a letdown spot for the Dodgers.
It's going to happen. I also, in our predictions on Friday, said Dodgers in 5.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, Wanye and Gregor both took Jays. So I had to be like the balancing act. And then I just thought, why not be bold? Hope I'm wrong. I would celebrate a loss.
My World Series future cash out value keeps going down.
Well, you should have listened to Connor Halley on Friday. Dodgers in 5.
Yeah, and I should have cashed out after Jays won game 1. Yeah. It was up quite a bit. But just kidding. I'll never cash out. Let it ride. I still believe in the team.
Big Rig says, I'm not even a Jays fan. Stayed up to watch it. Got the little Jays fever. Ben Dangle says, it's a long game. Sitting down for half the game does a toll to warm your body. I mean, you saw the guys kind of working it out in the dugout.
Yeah, right. And like we're not comparing it to an NHL game to triple overtime because you're only out there for 45 seconds at a time, probably even less as the overtimes progress because you less and less juice. But keep in mind, you only play for that long of a time. You're in the you actually get intermissions, long ones, compared to say the baseball where there's breaks between half innings, but they're not particularly long. It's just a different type of grind, right? It's to each their own about if you think one is harder than the other or the mental toll compared to the physical, yada, yada, yada. I just think that, different strokes and each has its own challenges to try and overcome. They played the equivalent of two full games. Not every player did, mind you, but it was like 6.5 hours, man. Like,
yeah, it's a long game.
It's a long game.
It's a long day. That's a long work day.
That's
for some. For a radio guy, crazy long.
Oh man, I'd be zonked.
Camrose Sparks says, hey guys, now that we've seen the bullpen depleted, let me clear my throat. How long does Bieber have to go in tonight's game? 6 innings?
I think that would be great.
The longer, the better.
The longer, the better for sure. But like I said, like let's look back. I'm just trying to. The page is refreshing on me. I just don't want to make any mistakes when I'm recounting everybody's pitch counts. Like Fluharty, yeah, he got tagged. He only going a third of an inning. Varland an inning and a third. Dominguez 1 inning. Bassett 1 inning. Hoffman 2. Fisher 1 1/3. Like apart from Eric Lauer, I think every Blue Jays bullpen guy should be available today.
Mm-hmm.
Like Lauer goes 4 2/3, and what was his final pitch count? 670 some, 60 some, 68. Excuse me. Like the
Maybe
other guys,
Lauer's a freak too.
Fisher 19, Hoffman 33, Bassett 8, Dominguez 27, Varland 20, Fluharty 14. So listen, if things do get a little squirrely and they feel the need to pull Bieber earlier than they want to, I think it will be Chris Bassett's ball to go out there and try and chew up like 3 or 4 innings.
It's one of those things I don't think I understand fully is like going back to the last game against the Mariners. Yeah, Gosman goes in for the inning, right?
Right.
And then for that reason, they're like, let's give him an extra day. It's like goalies not being able to play back to back.
It's tough to comprehend without actually being in it.
I've never been there. I know after every game you see baseball players that got the ice on the shoulder. Like it's it's a violent motion whipping that ball the way they do. But like in my mind, I can't comprehend it. I'm like, you did 1 inning, you should be good to go.
It's like you pitched 1 inning, you only threw like 18 pitches.
Yeah.
What do you mean you can't pitch 3 days later?
Yeah. What do you mean? I understand little like things on the fingers, little bad fingernails.
And it's different, like for a guy that's used to the ramp up as a starter, all of a sudden having to kind of come in. It's not cold, like he warms up still, but it's not the same progression. And so think about your body and rhythm and things you're used to. Like if your alarm all of a sudden goes off 2 hours earlier in the day, like, and you have to get up and start your day, kind of throws off your rhythm, your regular circadian action. So it's different. I'm not going to pretend to understand it, but I think only the pitchers themselves really can. But yeah, I think the Jays are in a pretty good spot. Like compare that to the Dodgers bullpen, where they had 1, 2, 3, 4 different guys only went a third of an inning. And then they had guys like Sheehan, Sasaki, Wroblewski, and then obviously Klein, and even Hernandez. Like they all went 1 2/3 plus. Jays only had one guy do that.
Yeah.
In Hoffman, and he went 2 full.
It's going to see the game inside the game. How does it impact them today with obviously no days off?
And then because of this format, the 2-3-2, they're right back at it again for game
Tomorrow,
5.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then a travel day, and then they'd play 2 straight. It's going to be fun. A storyline to watch out for. Ben says, would you guys say radio time first work to regular people time is similar to DBZ time, chamber time? I don't know what that is. 1 day in the time chamber is 1 year in the regular world. 1 hour of radio work is 4 hours of regular work time. I know.
I don't know what to tell you, man. Like,
radio is pretty easy. I think there's times you like maybe mentally it's like a little tiring,
emotionally draining.
You deal with people's opinions all the time.
You read 900 straight messages saying to fire Evan Bouchard into the sun.
No, that's just we got the best job in the world. Tough biz.
To which I need a holiday from.
Yeah, Duke needs a holiday. He's earned it. We'll take a break here. Again, another break. When we come back, though, more of your texts will let you know what's coming up on the Lowdown with Lowtide and the Jason Gregor Show. It is Fantasy Frenzy. Here, you're listening on Sports 1440, watching on Sports 1440 YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram. The show brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
I'm Colin Livingston, president of Cantor, proudly delivering world-class hydraulic torque wrenches in Canada since 2016. I'm thrilled to announce our in-house production of tool components and accessories for faster turnarounds and enhanced versatility. The future is here at Cantor.com.
And now Action Electrical's testing team is on defense duty. They're the guardians of safety and compliance, a critical part of any lineup.
Precisely. They perform rigorous safety and code compliance testing for commercial operations. Think of them as the referees, ensuring everything is up to standard before disaster strikes.
Their preventative plays are legendary, spotting faults early. Hire the Action Electrical team to bring home a win for your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
They're not just a grocery store. They're a butcher, a baker, a cafe, deli, rotisserie pizza, and restaurant, all under one roof. Loca Quality Market does food differently with 2 locations to serve you, Edmonton and Sherwood Park. Visit loca.ca.
This hockey season, before every game, check out the pregame show with Andrew Walker on Sports 1440. It's brought to you by Titan Supply, your only source for rigging, lifting, and hauling products. Visit titansupply.ca.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Strudley. How would you like to join me and the superstars of hockey on an exotic holiday? Join us on a 7-night cruise through the Mexican Riviera, leaving from Los Angeles and including Cabo, Mazatlan, Puerto Vallarta, and more. While we relax and cruise the tropical waters, you can attend an intimate meet and greet with legends like Bill Ranford, Fernando Pisani, Kelly Buckberger, Ron Lowe, Gene Principe, Jack Michaels, Louis DeBrusque, and more. There's still time to get in on every hockey fan's dream cruise. Book now and save $500 per couple. The Edmonton Hockey Legends Cruise. Price start at just $23.99. Part of the proceeds support the Ben Stelter Foundation and Kids with Cancer.
Visit cast.tours/Edmonton. Call 1-833-347-7678. Call now to book and save $500 per cabin when you mention promo code Stingray Radio. That's cast.tours, 1-833-347-7678.
Bring in the new year with a Canadian country legend. December 31st, in concert at the Silent Ice Center in Nisku. Brett Kissel. She drives me crazy. Multiple CCMA and Juno Award winner, platinum-selling recording artist, and top 10 hitmaker. Celebrate the new year in Alberta, country style. Bring your friends, your cowboy boots, and your party spirit for a night full of hits, celebration, and unforgettable memories. The countdown to 2026 starts with Brett Kissel live on stage. Get your tickets now at silenticecenter.com/events.
Groceries, mortgage payments, family holidays, a new car. That's what profit shares look like for Vision Credit Union members. Each year, we return about 75% of our profits, $35 million last year, to the people who bank with us. Because at Vision Credit Union, when you're an owner, you get your share. Why not get yours? Learn how at whatsyourshare.ca. That's whatsyourshare.ca.
Get the inside scoop for your team on Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
$11:42. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh, Sam with you here. Brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. A little Margaritaville on the return there, Duke. Is your departing?
I can already, when I close my eyes, I can see the waves crashing upon the sand.
Because it is hurricane season.
It is tail end of it, I believe.
Did that thought process go into the planning of this wedding?
Did I? I didn't plan the wedding, so I can't say specifically. But I just got told dates, and then once I figured out if it was feasible, I was like, "All right, here's my money." I don't have a passport yet, but bear with me. And that's at the time. I have it now. Though I only picked it up like a week ago. What an ordeal that was.
When the one that I went to in Mexico, it was supposed to be like mid to early October. And like, I remember talking with a couple and I'm like, maybe it wasn't even with the couple. Maybe it was like the other group. Like, isn't that kind of hurricane season? It got bumped back to mid-November. So it was totally fine. I think you guys will be okay.
I'm not worried about it at all. I'm not worried about any of it.
You shouldn't be.
Do what you want.
But you'll be having a margarita Thursday evening.
Maybe even late afternoon.
Maybe
if my travels go well.
Maybe even at the Chili's in the airport.
Oh, hell yeah. Actually, no. Probably Long Island iced tea there. Triple. It's really put myself into some sort of like deep sleep state for the flight. Get the headphones in. Just wake up. Oh wow, I'm in Mexico.
Oh, I'm here.
Cool.
Handcuffed to the seat.
Yeah, it's
what
like,
happened?
What happened here?
Coming up next here on Sports 1440, it's going to be the lowdown with Low Tide. Of course, Declan and LT. They'll have Sam and Josh with them as well, keeping them on track. Daniel Nugent-Bowman will join them from The Athletic to talk about the Edmonton Oilers. And then they're also going to talk some Utah Mammoth on the program today. Can you guess with who?
Matt McConnell?
No.
Brogan?
No. Who'd you guys have on the show today?
Matt Coma.
Same guest. Matt doesn't know what he's getting into.
Oh, Matt.
Friend of the station.
Yes. Documented friend of the station.
So they'll be doing that. No Donovan. He's down at Oilers practice today, which is too bad because his takes would have been fire about the Oilers or Blue Jays from last night.
John Schneider's cheeks.
Then on the Gregory Show today. Lots to get to. Chelsea Janes covers the Major League Baseball for the Washington Post. She'll be by. TR, maybe one segment. He's actually coming out to GP, I think, for Thursday. So he's got to travel tomorrow. So he's pretty busy. We're going to try to get TR on. We got Cam Tate's 2-minute warning. We've got Jason Strudwick. You know him, former NHLer.
Smithwick.
Known good guy. Spectre and DVD. So lots to get to on the Gregor Show.
Great
today.
show lineup.
Yeah, we'll have some fun. And then you got pregame coverage from 6 till 7. I just punched my mic. Lots of text here. Lots of text. Lan says, just walk Ohtani every at bat. We need to stop letting him have a chance to change the game.
Honestly, I don't disagree. If it's like the first couple times through and there's no one on base, sure, have a go at him. But I just don't like. You basically did it with Judge.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you had pretty good success against Kyle Raleigh over the course of the series, so you did pitch to him quite a bit, and he did tag you a few times, but they definitely intentionally walked Raleigh at once or twice during that series at least. So, I mean, they walked him 4 times in a row last night. 9 plate appearances, on base 9 times. It's a new postseason record. World Series record. Just walk him.
When I was in grade 12, one of the kids I was in phys ed with was teaching us martial arts. And someone said, is it cheap to low blow? And he said, there's no honor in losing.
So true.
Which takes me to the Blue Jays. There's no honor in baseball.
Beat them.
Beat them. No, walk them if you have to. Who cares? Who cares if they boo them down at Dodger Stadium? Who cares? Doesn't matter. Just don't let them hit home runs or doubles.
You show me a loser with class and I'll show you a loser.
Yeah, we gotta you just gotta take him out of the game. I'm fired up to see how he pitches tonight, though. Gotta get to him early.
I think he's tuckered out at least a little.
Gotta be,
Although he didn't really have to swing.
That's true. He's probably such an efficient sleeper too. Just he's good at everything.
Just got it down to it. Although, like I said, his rhythm would have all been thrown off. Having to stay up
like his bedtime
4 hours later than normal. Yeah, it's bedtime.
He's like, I'm just gonna sleep in a little bit longer. That's cool, coach. Anything,
nope.
Shohei.
Get down here for BP now.
Stephen Otasquin says, I totally second-guessed lifting Barger for Straw so early. Needs Straw to run later in the game. Lineup was too weak to do any damage, and extras playing with fire with that Dodgers lineup. I agree with you. The last 2 points, like at the end of the game, it was just like they need a miracle to score a run.
And especially the way, and like, I want to continue to drive us home. Like, the Jays deserve a ton of credit for sticking in that game, especially considering the lineup they were left with. They had no more bench players. Like they what they had was what they had for the last handful plus innings. But like, it kind of seemed inevitable, right? Especially with some of the really loud outs the Dodgers were having. And Dalton Varsho, he's one of the center fielders in the entire league. He makes it look easy sometimes, even when it isn't. But like, there's like 3 or 4 different fly balls right to the warning track.
Yeah.
Will Smith's was like a foot from being over.
Big pop.
Varsho like full extension to pick it off the wall. And then Freeman's only made it over by a few feet. Like, and we had Terry Poole on earlier, for Canadian Baseball Hall of Famer, played with the Astros a long time. He said it like at night at Dodger Stadium, It air's a little bit cools down, and he said the ball does not fly as well. So I think we kind of saw that demonstrated, but Freeman got enough of it. Damn him.
What did you think of the fake Canadian? Just kidding. Hit those home runs wearing red. We're happy
for this upcoming WCB or WBC.
What did you World Baseball Classic? Yeah. What did you think of the strike zone?
I thought it was all over the place. I thought the home plate,
like, it started early with Varsho and then Bo Bichette on that
picked
play.
off. And you think about, like, he would have scored that inning if the rest of the at bats continued as they did.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's frustrating. I thought the home plate, and like, hey, man, he's working back there for an extra 3.5 hours too. And I've been an umpire. That is not a comfortable position to be kind of hunched over, the slight knee bend.
Contacts are drying up.
Oh man, like, all the power to him. But it's not like it started in the second half of the game. It was all night, where it was pretty sporadic and volatile, I thought, from a strike zone perspective.
Like we were watching, just like, who knows? I want a robot.
It's not an easy job.
No.
But I've been on record saying I still like the human element of officiating across all pro sports. But I think that next year, when we see the challenge system, I think it will drastically improve the game.
I hope they have it like immediate.
Oh yeah, this can't be.
It can't be drawn out. It's got to be. Nope, this is the wrong call.
It's like, what was it last week, or it's somewhere only a couple weeks in the season, but there was an NHL review that took like literally 8 minutes. It's like, what are we doing? How hard can this be? Just make a decision.
Yeah.
If it's that close, there's obviously not enough. That you have to look at it for that long. There's obviously not enough evidence to overturn the call on the ice.
Gregor has, like, and I don't think he's alone in this, like, the thought of just show the ref the review in real time. Give him, and he capped it at 2 views.
You got to watch it through twice.
You can't, if you can't make the call with the eye, call stands.
Yeah.
Or you make the call that way? And I agree, but I just can't see the NHL doing it. Like, at the end of the day, they want to get the call right. If that happens and it's like, okay, we're calling it a good goal because we can't tell, the internet, at the sleuths, they'll be like, look at this.
All the camera angles, the parabola effect.
You got it wrong. You screwed over my team, and
you're out to get me, Gary Bettman. You hate Canada.
So I don't like. I love the idea. Question if it'll ever happen. So I'm hoping baseball just, has a very efficient system. Stulo says, if the Oilers' slow start extends into November, how much of a leash do you think management will give Knobloch? Obviously, they just re-signed him. I don't want to see a coaching change at all, but I'd imagine they'd make a move if they're out of it by American Thanksgiving.
Define out of it. Like, are they in last place in the NHL?
No.
Because at that point, the Oilers are not out of it. This season would have to go so off the rails bad for them to fire Chris Knobloch.
Yeah.
I honestly not sure I can see a world where it happens. Even if this season does go off the rails, they might just swallow the pill, regroup, and try and, take a different approach next year. I don't see that happening, for the record, but I struggle to envision almost any scenario where Chris Knobloch gets fired.
Do you think Nick Schmaltz will lead the league in scoring
by the end of the year?
Yeah.
I don't.
Things change.
But he could.
He could. Oilers could continue to lose.
Like you said, IK after the plate with bases loaded and 2 outs. He could have got a hit. He could have got a hit.
The problem with me is I grew up watching Angels in the Outfield. Hey, it could happen. You see that movie?
Yes, I have. As a matter of fact.
You got that sense of belief.
Yeah.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Matthew McConaughey and Danny Glover. Christopher Lloyd plays one of the Angels.
Your only limitations are the limitations of your imagination. That's not a quote. I just made that up.
Well, it's true in a way. Yeah. Hey, it's early. There's lots of time left. I think that the Blue Jays are a distraction from a lot of like.
Oh, I said this with Kevin and maybe Schlemmer or Laddie last week. I was like, dude, this Oilers season is not off to a good start. It is definitely being overshadowed by the Blue Jays still playing and having success. That the usually pretty vile texts that sometimes come in, they're a little less plentiful so far this year.
I would assume it's the same in Toronto.
for the
4,
Leafs.
Yeah, 4-4-1 on the season. Not what they would have
same
hoped.
kind of spot the Oilers are.
Do you know who they're tied with? Buffalo.
That can't be an inspiring journey.
Yeah. So hey, I think that it's early. I think that there is a little bit of a cover up here, but Oilers, hey, you know what? Their longest homestand, 3 games, gets going tonight against Utah. Utah's a tough team.
You know that's not true, right?
What?
They definitely play more than 3 home games in a row.
Not yet this year.
That is definitely not true.
So far this season?
Oh, so far.
Yeah,
I thought you meant over the whole season. Because
so far.
You said that the other day, and I had a laugh at it, and I was like, wait a minute.
So far.
Is that serious? And I checked the schedule. I was like, they play 6 games in a row next month.
Yeah, that'll happen eventually. But so far.
So far.
Well,
this is only their 4th home game overall. 5th?
5th, yeah. Well, in that one home game, they were home and then right on the plane out of the town.
That counted as a road trip stop against the Habs, right?
Yeah. Triple C says BD's already in Mexico. He's physically here. Mentally, he's on the plane. Well, Duke, have a good trip.
Thank you.
Don't have too much fun, but have a lot of fun.
No.
Put on the sunscreen, mix in a water, and be safe.
Thank you.
That music means we're done.
Have a good time.
Well, we'll
have a good time without me.
Yeah, well, we'll try. Donovan will be sliding in starting tomorrow until the next Monday, I suppose. Duke will be back next Thursday. We'll be going to the Pizza Pig Out and then JR's goodbye party as well. So, yeah, a bump in night in a little while here. Let's get to a Sports 1440 update with Sam, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Go check them out. Only available in Leduc.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Oilers in action tonight as the Mammoths charge into Rogers Place. Puck drop at 7:30 and Frozen Frenzy in the NHL tonight with all 32 teams in action, including the Flames versus the Leafs, Canucks against the Rangers, Sens in Chicago, the Canadiens head to Seattle, and the Jets take on the Wild. World Series Game 4 in Los Angeles after last night's marathon match. Shane Bieber on the bump for the Birds. Shohei Ohtani going for the Dodgers first pitch at 6 p.m. And in the NBA, only 5 games tonight as the Sixers head to Washington. The Hornets and the Heat face off. Knicks and Bucks go head-to-head in Milwaukee. The Kings look to give the Thunder their first loss, and the Clippers and Warriors wrapping up the night. Coming up at the top of the hour it'll be the Lowdown with Low Tide here on Sports 1440. And this has been your Sports 1440 update with Sam Wilness.